Good evening, class. This is Micaiah Jackson, one of your peers for Religion 100, and these are my extended 10 beliefs for Assignment 4, Web Development. And we'll just kick it off right here. Let me zoom in here. Experiences. I served in the United States Marine Corps. I got my flag right there. I love this country. I love the United States Marine Corps. It taught me a lot about professionalism, not to quit on yourself, and to die for a brother next to you, and to serve this nation, which being in the Marine Corps led me to being, when it comes down to my situations, a disabled veteran. But I'm going to finish off my experiences. I grew up working on a ranch in the summertime and either other Christmas. My parents got divorced at a young age. My dad's side, us Jacksons, we've been ranching in Montana since 1865, so I learned a lot about working hard, working on the ranch. Then where I grew up in Ohio, when my parents split, where my mom lived, I grew up around a lot of farmers. And my stepdad's family, a lot of them are blue-collar hard workers, construction jobs, factory work, and just hands-on work. So I learned a lot about hard work and how to get the job done and do it right. Traveling. I've always been about traveling. I've been to 34, 36 states, one of the two. I'm always traveling to see friends, family, or just going to go sightsee or go see a national or state park, or just to go check it out. I love traveling. Each state has its own unique culture of its own. It's pretty cool, and they have their own restaurants. They have their own way of life. It's different in each state. Yeah, there's a lot in common. We're all Americans and we believe in a lot of the same stuff, but each state has kind of its own rhythm and vibe to it. Another life-changing experience was January 6th. If you Google my name, you're going to find stuff. It's the fake news. They slandered me. The character assassination. And they're going to pay for that when I file lawsuits for the disgusting lies they have said about me and what they have done to target me and my well-being as a character and a man who served his country honorably, who's a disabled veteran. I'm not going to get into the whole January 6th stuff. I've already talked about it enough. I'm just here for school. If you believe in an insurrection, please pick up a book and stop following the mainstream media. It was never planned. You have no idea what a true insurrection is. So it's lame if you're going to keep calling it that. Another experience is government authoritarianism. What I've seen all over the world, what I've seen with these COVID and vaccine lockdowns, and you can't come in this store. You need a vaccine. You can't eat at this restaurant. It's no different than Jim Crow laws. It really isn't. Oh, you're black. You can't come in here. Oh, you're not vaccinated. You can't come in here. And 65, 70% of black Americans in New York City aren't vaccinated. And New York City and California have some of the strictest vaccine passports. But I'm being politically persecuted from the FBI. They tap into my phone. They're checking wherever I go. I got the media coming after me. We live in government authoritarianism right now. You have the government on both state and federal trying to take away our liberties, take away our God-given rights. They don't care about us. They want us to be stomped on because we're witnessing fascism. So those are my experience. That's why I love this country. My emotions. I feel guilt for some of the things I've done before. But if it wasn't because of God, we wouldn't feel guilt. If it wasn't for our morals and in the grace of God, we would not feel guilt. Guilt is natural. We need to feel guilt. It is part of life. Pride. I'm prideful. I'm prideful to believe in Jesus Christ. I'm prideful of this country, United States of America. I'm prideful of serving in the United States Marine Corps. I was prideful of being at January 6th. I wasn't violent. I didn't do anything. I was there documenting the whole day. Enjoyment. I enjoy life. No matter what's going on in life, you have to enjoy life. If you're going to be miserable, you have to find enjoyment. There's no excuse to find enjoyment in anything. Vicious. As a man, every man has to be vicious. To live in this world, in this society, and to succeed in this life, men have to be vicious. To protect their own, to protect their family, to protect this country, to go overseas and be deployed and protect their men. We have to be vicious. But we can also have humility. That's why I have that too. Actually today's Valentine's Day. I went downtown around the Capitol and I started walking around the homeless area to talk to the homeless people and ask why they're there and how they got here. Are they addicted to anything? Are they having any mental health problems? Because the government ain't doing nothing about it. Our community's not doing anything for these people. They're just sitting there dying away. Then you have kids, I saw with my own eyes. You have kids on bicycles selling dope to these people, and they're sitting there smoking crack pipes, shooting up meth and snorting fentanyl, and they're just dying. That's not humility. That's decaying not even decaying, well, decaying would be a word, but demoralizing your society. No one should see that. And those people shouldn't be suffering through that, especially if how many are there. So these are my emotions I really stick to and kind of keep them close to me because they all play a part. Institutions, politics. As you already know, probably following my videos or have seen my work on my YouTube or what I publish, I take a huge passion into politics and the science of it, the philosophy and the psychology of political decisions. I love America. I love the Marine Corps. I love God. They play a huge part in this country. You know, I have all these lines, so all the red lines I have right here, they're all connecting to anything political, to the Constitution, liberty, and nation. Then all the pink lines or purple lines, whatever color you want to call them, are all connecting through my God, faith. Then the yellow lines are all connecting to just more of random stuff, knowledge, wisdom, but we could get to that later. Lutheranism. I am a baptized Lutheran. I enjoy the Lutheran institution of finding God and preaching the Gospels and the Lutheran faith. We strictly just stick to the Word of God. We don't change the words. We don't try to cover up stuff. No. If you messed up, you're going to get called out peacefully. But that's when you're being sinful if you need to be corrected. But other than that, that's one of my institutions with my faith in God. MAGA. Everyone has this. Everyone's been told, MAGA, they're Nazis. MAGA, they're fascists. Let me tell you something. 1, my family fought Nazis. We are not National Socialist. 2, definitely not a fascist because I'm not oppressing or using the government to oppress a certain political side. Because I'll tell you what is fascism is the current government and the fascist liberals that are oppressing men like me, men and women on my side of the spectrum that are Christians and love America that support MAGA. And they want to destroy us, throw us in jail, make up lies. call us white supremacists. Get out of here. So no, I'm all about MAGA, Make America Great. This is the biggest civil rights movement all in American history. This is bigger than the civil rights movement in the 1960s. So many Americans are being persecuted right now for vaccine passports. You got to get the shot, or you can't work. You can't come into this store. The federal government keeps expanding, and they're sending ATF and FBI agents to homes and making up false charges so they can raid them and make them pay thousands of dollars in debt. Then they're deeming people domestic terrorists. Oh, this is disinformation. This is misinformation. We know what's going on. It's government authoritarianism, which goes back to what I connect. They're putting the boot down on this country, and I'm not going to stand up for it. And another institution, the church, going back to God, Lutheranism. Martin Luther had a religious revolution to break away from Catholicism, because the Catholicism, to this day still lead men into the wrong direction, men and women. It's all about the church. Martin Luther, not Lutheran, but even if we talk about Lutheranism, we're not about the church. It's about God. The Catholicism was about the church, and they controlled the law of the land and controlled and persuaded, the judges, the leaders. We still see that today with the Catholicism, with the Pope. I listen to God. I don't listen to man. Another institution. Even though I served in the Marine Corps, not many have, but specifically I was in the infantry. I was an 0311 rifleman. I served. That is the heart of the Marine Corps, is the infantry riflemen, kicking in doors, digging foxholes, hiking. I have no regrets of that decision. I love it. It's a different lifestyle. It's a different mindset. You learn a lot and you meet a lot of great people. So those are my experiences, emotions, institutions. Let's go to relationships. My first one, Jesus Christ, God. Without him, I don't know where I'd be at. Maybe I'd still be an active alcoholic. I'm 3 years sober because of him. I could be dead. I might be sitting in jail, even more persecuted, like other people, for January 6th that have nonviolent charges just for trespassing. And they've been in jail for over a year. No due process, no bail. But people that burnt down cities with Antifa and BLM, who've gotten felonies, have gotten their records erased, have slapped on a wrist, probation, never had to sit in jail. And people are sitting in jail for just trespassing or parading and picketing. God has a plan for everyone. My Rottweiler, that's my boy. And I've had that little guy. He's 4 years old. I've had him since he was 6 weeks. We've been through a lot. That's my boy. Having a relationship with God and loving this country and working on a ranch and always traveling, camping, fly fishing, hunting. I have a deep respect and love for our nature and environment. We need to take care of our environment and our natures and the living cells, or just living animal cells, beings, plants, whatever, that live in these environments and natures. It makes me sick going back to Montana, and you see all these people buying up land and building houses on the mountainsides, destroying the forest. I think the states and the people of those states have the right to stop doing that. If there is no room to move anyone there, we shouldn't be destroying these places. God created the environment for us to take care of and to use. Yes, we can make houses here and there, but we need to stop destroying huge countrysides of like Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, to build houses and build towns. No. Stop. Move into small towns. Move into the cities. Stop building and expanding and taking away our environment and our nature. Family. Family's all I have. I have some great friends, which I consider them family, but at the end of the day, family isn't blood. But at the end of the day, when all hell breaks loose and you're just sitting in the gutter, your family's all you have. In America, I'm a nationalist. I'm not a conservative. I'm not a liberal. I don't pick political ideologies or political sides. I love God and I love America. If it wasn't for this country and for my ancestors coming to this country, I don't know where I'd be. My Jackson ancestors were Quakers. We were persecuted all over Europe. We came here to America in the 1650s, started ranching, farming, and we actually ran an underground railroad when we first migrated to Rochester, New York. I am an American. That's just it. I'm an American. This country is the greatest country to ever live. We have a system of government where we can fix injustices. No country's perfect, but tell you what, this country's better than other countries. What country has a First Amendment right? Or a Second Amendment? Oh yeah, countries can speak, but they get censored, even though we're getting censored right now from big tech. Or if you make fun of someone for trying to watch what I say here, but they're sending authorities to your doors, like, hey, you can't be saying this. They do it in England. They do it in the Middle East. You can't worship Jesus in the Middle East in some countries. So be grateful that you live in this country. And my situations, as I said, I'm a disabled veteran. I recently bought a home about 10 months ago. 3 years sober from alcohol. I am an American Christian nationalist. My identity is an American, a Christian nationalist. I am not white. I am not Scottish. I am not European. I am American and I am a Christian and I love this country, so I'm a nationalist. A lot of these professors and the mainstream media and so many people are just dumbed down. When you say you're a nationalist, oh, you're a white nationalist, I don't believe in no racial superiority. Get out of here with that crap. No, I'm an American. When you go to England, they're English nationalists. You go to African, they're African nationalists. A lot of these people that stay in their home countries and they love it there, they're nationalists. And these people try to say, oh, you're a nationalist, you're a fascist, you're a Nazi. Get out of here. One, the Nazis were National Socialists. I am not no socialist or Marxist commie. You could get that out of the house right now. Two, I'm not a fascist. Fascist is another form of National Socialism, and Mussolini studied Marxism in Switzerland. I don't believe in a government authoritarianism. I believe in God-given liberty, that our God-given rights came from the Almighty God. And our founding fathers stated that. So I'm a nationalist. I love this country. All right, and yeah, so as you see, some of you might have seen my YouTube page or my social media. I am the founder of the JFK Report. That relates to my politics and my work and what I do. I do my own independent videography, political talk, political philosophy, motivational videos. I just do everything that kind of goes with being a man, following Christ, and anything kind of political. Like today I went around talking to the homeless and I uploaded all it's sad what's going on with the homelessness, especially here in the city. Yeah, so those are my situations. Let's go to my purposes or aspirations. So as a lot of you know, I am studying to be a professor. I'm going to be a political philosopher professor. I'm going to talk, my major is political science, but I double minor in philosophy and psychology. So when I talk about political science, I want to talk about the philosophy, it's bring up Hitler and Mussolini. What was their philosophy? Hitler would say he did not like Marxist communist. But even though Karl Marx and Frederick Engels talked about socialism, and he created socialism. It's a form of Marxism, but it's not the full-on Marxism of communism. But his philosophy was the nationalist socialist movement. Okay, and Mussolini was fascism. So that's the philosophy part. The psychology part is how were they able to control the minds of the people? How were they able to get people to make decisions? How were they able to use propaganda and to suck in the Jews to be persecuted? So yeah, that's why I study. I mean, that's why I like to study. Yeah, that's just my thing. I want to reestablish the Jacksonites. The Jacksonites were my ancestor, my proven ancestor and documented is Andrew Jackson. When he was running for president and getting super politically involved, he created an organization called Jacksonites. They were lawyers, professors, teachers, farmers, regular people, people in the military, people in the government, to persuade the public and to use to spread the word of Jackson and what he wanted to do in this country. You can almost somewhat relate him to people in the MAGA crowd, but not quite. MAGA is more about everyone. Jacksonites are more of the intellectuals, your lawyers, your professors, your speakers, your lobbyists. So, being in school, I'm really trying to get that to go, so if I ever decide to get deeply involved in politics, which I'm looking at it, I want to have people to be protected. And, let's say I got a big time lawyer and the government's trying to persecute one of our people. I got this lawyer, let's get it solved. Or just, that's just that. Writing political books. I'm currently working slowly on my first one called The Jackson Letters, just about my life, my political decisions, my thoughts, how the country's going, just everything that deals with me and my life and involving politics and God. So The Jackson Letters. Another book I'm looking to write is The Mega Revolution. It's going to be about mega, and we're witnessing a revolution in this country right now, if people don't like it or not. Now, revolution doesn't have to be violent. I mean, we had the Industrial Revolution. That wasn't violent. I mean, revolutions do not have to be violent. Revolutions can be peaceful. It's this massive change in the political sense. I 100% believe and know that we're seeing the biggest civil rights violations and our liberties are being taken away in this country. And that's the mega revolution. We're trying to stop that and put God and our Constitution back in this country so people can live in sovereignty. So that's one of them, and I want to write the book called The American Manifesto. And my final book I want to write once everything's taken care of is, I call it The DC Massacre, The American Psyop. January 6th was, a lot of people want to say January 6th was a glorious day or it was a patriotic day. It wasn't none of those. January 6th was a very dark day. The United States government attacked peaceful citizens and executed 2 women and killed 2 other men and had their own officer die. And there was a lot of things being questioned. Why were there FBI agents involved? Why were people removed from the January 6th wanted list? There's a lot of unanswered questions, but I call it the DC Massacre because they killed 5 people that day. And you have to take in fact all the people that have been harmed by this from the federal government ruining lives. But it's okay for BLM and Antifa that are open communists to burn down cities, kill people of color as well, loot, shut down businesses, and destroy inner city communities. But millions of Americans go to the actual government's house and everyone freaks out over that. The Constitution says to petition the government. Got it backwards, but that's it for that, I'm not going to get into much detail about that stuff. That's just my thoughts about it. I'm a man of God. I always want to keep spreading the gospel, the word, and just understand the word and the scripture. It's that nothing can be more true than just the word of God and the Messiah. Just everything's in there. It relates to today. I want to become a D1 sports official. I've been officiating some sports since I was 16 years old. And my biggest goal is to be a professor. Then during some seasons during that sport, go travel for a game a week and just go be an official. Love it. All right, down to my symbols. Jesus Christ, the cross, the resurrection, the crucifixion. Biggest symbol out there. Nationalism, the American flag. God bless America. I'm a big hip hop guy. I'm actually a hip hop fanatic. I mean, I got a signed album right here. When I went to my last VIP concert, I buy VIP concert tickets when I go to hip hop concerts. I've met Wiz Khalifa, I've met Big Crit, Jack Harlow, Conway the Machine, Jay Ski. My role model was Eminem when I was a little boy. I mean, I used to dress like him. I wanted to be like him, But yeah, I love hip hop. It's helped me a lot in life. The EGA, from a lot of you may not know what the EGA is. It's the Eagle. There it is. I got it right there. Eagle, Globe, and Anchor for the United States Marine Corps. That's, hey, that's a symbol. That stays in me for the rest of my life. Once a Marine, always a Marine. There's no such thing as a former Marine. I'm a Marine no matter what. I serve my country 24/7 until the day God decides to put me down. And another symbols are the Founding Fathers. If it wasn't for the Founding Fathers, we would not have this country. We wouldn't have ended slavery. With all these liberties you have, and now we're pushing the movement to get abortion banned because life, the Constitution talks about life, and a baby in a womb is life. If the baby has a heartbeat or when it's conceived, it's life. But that's a different story. Needs. These are my needs. My sobriety. But to keep that sobriety, I need faith. And I need loyalty. I have to be loyal to it. And my needs as a man as well, I need loyalty. If you break my loyalty, I'm done with you. My loyalty is everything. I'm a very, very loyal man. Loyal to this country. Loyal to God. Loyal to my family and friends. If you break my loyalty, I am done. My faith, just God, Jesus Christ, and sticking to everything, the words I know, and following his way of life. Knowledge. How are you going to live? Knowledge is so important. Find a book. Find a mentor. Find something you're passionate about or just want to learn. Just turn on a documentary or go on YouTube. Or knowledge expands your mind. Traveling, seeing the world, studying different cultures, talking to different people. Knowledge can help you out so much, just to understand more and to be like, oh, I understand. You get it. Look, like Joe Rogan's the perfect guy. That guy, he don't care who you are. You could be a neo-Nazi or some Marxist commie. He just wants to talk to you. He has people on there from the fake news and people on there that give you the real news. He has people that are independent. He talks to hunters. He talks to fighters. He just wants to know. That's like the perfect knowledge guy right there. Just to pick at people's brains. That's cool. Staying fit. Being a Marine and just being a man, I have to stay fit, mentally fit, physically fit, going to the gym, working out, my diet, what am I eating, what am I intaking. It all plays, it goes back to my faith in God and everything. Take care of your body. It's a holy temple. God gave you this body. Take care of it. He is holy, so for we are holy. So, those are my needs. All right. Which one should I start with here? All right. So, as you guys already heard, my epiphany list. Racial identity. I'm not going to put up with that. There's a big problem in these universities in our culture with people targeting white people, or you're too white, you have white privilege, or you're not white enough. Oh, you need to be black. Oh, you need to be this color. No. I'm American. I'm not white. I'm not Scottish. I'm not European. I'm not Caucasian. I am American. And I'm not putting up with that racial identity. I served with many different people, backgrounds, cultures in the United States Marine Corps, and people I go to church with. And we don't play. No. That's how you separate yourselves, discriminate, and segregate. Instead of progressing, we're regressing. We had Martin Luther King. MLK talked about this already. We're just going back in time. Jeez, oh Pete. Your pronouns. I ain't doing that pronoun stuff. There's just some people are just. I gotta be honest. People are just dumb in this century. Ignorant, dumb, and fed of a silver spoon. I grew up poor. I'm not trying to sound aggressive on this video. I hope you're not trying to get that way, but to go back to knowledge real quick. I bought a Rubik's Cube not too long ago. Now I know how to solve it. Knowledge, just YouTube. You just go on YouTube and just solve it. But yeah, I'll go back to the pronouns thing. That was just the knowledge part. You can find something new, like this Rubik's Cube. I think it's cool that I can solve this now. A lot of people can solve this. So, yeah, if you're gonna choose your pronouns, look, I don't judge. I don't make fun of people. That's rude. But I'm not doing that. And you're not gonna ask me for my pronouns. What do I look like? I'm a man. I'm a guy. Simple as that. The COVID and the vaccination. I don't care if you're vaccinated. I don't care if you want to wear a mask. Mind your own business. The government mind your own business. Stop discriminating because someone doesn't want to get the vaccine or they can't. You ever thought about people who have mental health disabilities or physical health disabilities who can't get the shot? And then if you're wearing a mask and the person has a shot, why does it matter? We're not going to get too much into that stuff. But I don't care. I got family and I got friends that got the vaccine. It doesn't bother me. I got COVID and it was a little rough, but I'm here. I read the CDC paperwork. You just got to read the data. Women's rights. I don't care. Women, they want to talk about women's rights, but they don't want to talk about men's rights. What about all the men that get discriminating in the courts because the women get custody of the kids? Men have to pay outrageous amount of child support. Men have no say with their child in a woman's womb if they get an abortion. Men get discriminated. Men go through so much more. Women go through a lot. But listen, women could vote. Women could get this job. They could be a sergeant in the Marine Corps. They could be in the infantry. They could be in the Space Force. So I don't care. Personally, they have so many more rights and so many more privileges, especially at the culture society level. So when people talk about women's rights, it's just like, dude, I don't care, man. I love all people. Yeah, was there a time when they couldn't vote? Yeah. But that was over 100 years ago. People just live in the past. This one. Are you a liberal or are you conservative? Neither. I don't like conservatism, and I don't like liberalism. They're both trash. They're both junk. They both destroyed this country. It's separating us in political identity. Just going this way. I ain't trying to do that. I'm all about unity. If you can't be an American and get along, get out of here. I'm not going to get behind a political party or a political identity. I don't play that way. George Washington warned us that this day would come, and it's here. It's here. I mean, it even happened in the Civil War. But this is even worse. This is a lot worse, especially when you got Marxism playing in the hand. But yeah, I hate that. Oh, you're not conservative enough. Dude, get out of here. You want to talk about being not even. How about this? You're not Christian enough. How you like that? No, get out of here, man. Oh, you're a conservative. Oh, you're a liberal. You're one of those. Dude, just stop. Just stop. It's annoying. But those are for my epiphany list. My blind spots. All right, here we go. Women. I just avoid women at all cost. So a lot of women like taking photos with me because of the work I do, and some of them, I'm starting to get a national attention, which I'm nice. I'll talk to people, and if they ask for a photo, I'll take one, but I do not I keep my hands behind my back or in front of me. A lot of people that take photos, they put their, I don't do that. There's a major problem with people getting false claims against them, and it's not worth it to me. And I just don't like being around women. I don't like drama. I'm not saying men don't have drama. And also for men, women are a distraction. Women are a distraction. Men want one thing. We'll keep that there. Relationship with women, I've dated. This correlates with my dating. I'm just staying out of it. I haven't dated in like 4 or 5 years. I mean, I've gone on some dates, but like relationship wise, I stay away from it. It's just too much. It's just too much for me. With all the work I'm doing and what I want to do in life. Would I want to be married one day? Oh, of course I do. I'm a man. I want a woman, but at the same time, I just don't want to deal with them. I'm a no BS type of guy. I just don't play around. I'm all about business and getting things done. And that leads me to my arguments. I don't argue. I do not argue. As soon as you start getting lippy or argumentative with me, man or woman, I just walk away. I'm like, I'm not putting up with this. There's no point to arguing. Arguing just leads to hatred and misery and this heated disputes. I'm not about that. And I just don't like petty arguments with women. It's annoying. Arguments just don't do anything but make the situation worse. And lastly, the corporate media. Lies, propaganda, character assassination, slandering my name. They don't have the stones to come up to talk to me or call me to actually talk to me like a decent human being or a man or a woman. But you lie and say all these nasty stuff behind my back that are not even true, then twist my words. Despicable. And why do I want to watch the news that keeps spewing hate and propaganda and making this country go into madness? But those are my 10 beliefs at the bottom here with 5 things, and everything connecting, with purple lines. I got my faith, loyalty to God, connecting all the way up to here, and pray, reading scripture to God. All the red lines going to the Constitution, liberty, nation, let's see my red lines. I got, here we go. I got nationalism, the founding fathers, America, politics, loyalty even from it, man of God, America, fan, that's just, And the yellow lines of being a professor, wisdom, knowledge, passionate, discipline. This is pretty much my web, and wow, I've been talking for like 40 minutes almost. That's all right. I don't have time to talk about 5 minutes with this. I'm gonna actually talk about, I'm glad I have this. But that's me. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and hope you guys have a good rest of your semester, and God bless you guys. I look forward to seeing you guys' work and talking to you guys in discussions.